Okay, here we go. Let me zoom out.
You know, I'll stand behind you.
That'd be kind of scary.
Okay. So hi, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Vessella. I am the producer on Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath.
And I'm Sam Bass, and I'm the lead designer on Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath.
That's cool. So, James Ward, one of our former staffers, wants to know, after Kane's Wrath, what would the next word be? Renegade 3 or
so that's unfortunately,
Generals 2?
It's unfortunately one of those questions we cannot answer yet. We haven't announced anything else. Right now we're just trying to make Kane's Wrath the best expansion pack it can be.
We're not bringing back Soul Survivor.
Yeah, so what would be the next stage in evolution of the Sage engine?
So the Sage engine, we're continuing to make improvements all the time. We want to get our graphics better as always. We want to increase our online functionality.
We want to improve our pathfinding, all the nitty-gritty stuff.
So Kane's Wrath will actually be pretty similar to the technology that you had in Command & Conquer 3, but going forward, always making more improvements.
And we've done some under-the-hood stuff, like just sort of tuning things up, making things a little tighter, but nothing that would really pop out playing the game.
I mean, if you're a 360 fan, the new radio interface is a great improvement to the Sage architecture.
Yeah. And Green wants to know, how does EA plan to compete with the new Activision Blizzard merger?
EA loves competition. It's industry's changing pretty fast. New acquisitions are happening, so they're a big player now, and we're looking forward to competing with them.
Like what of Command & Conquer?
What of Command & Conquer?
Would you play it?
Sorry.
World of CNC?
Yeah.
Oh. So right now, again,
I have a level 60 mammoth tank.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't really talk about anything in the future right now. Just working on Kane's Wrath. But Command & Conquer, it's an awesome franchise. We're having a lot of fun working on it. Yeah. So you can expect more Command & Conquer.
We love Command & Conquer. I've been a Command & Conquer fanboy for an ungodly amount of time now. So it's definitely a real rush to work on it. Continue to work on it.
Of course, there will be future CNC games. Of course, right? Will you be keeping the same mechanics, or will you be changing some of the mechanics in future games?
So, we're already trying some new stuff, like with the Global Conquest mode, giving a bit more player choice and what you want to do. We're always trying to get our stories more in depth and bringing out some new characters. I think there will always be the classic CNC gameplay of, building up some tanks and attacking your enemy base. But, every game we try some new stuff.
Yeah, what we want to make sure is that it still feels like CNC, no matter what we do, like whether it's Global Conquest mode or, I don't know, like some entirely new economic system or whatever, it has to feel like CNC. It can't suddenly become Age of Empires or Supreme Commander. CNC has a very specific feel to it. We need to maintain that.
What happened to the vein hole monster?
The vein monster. So the vein monster, from Tiberian Sun, we felt it was just a little too much micromanagement, I think, for the game, having to kind of collect two separate resources for these different powers. We wanted to go with a bit more of the fast and fluid feel for CNC3, make it a bit more accessible for players. So it was just one of those things that we didn't really want to bring over to CNC3. That being said, we're bringing over some new units from Tiberian Sun, like the Titan, the Wolverine.
We bring back concepts like Hover and Cyborg.
Yep, Cyborgs. Like so we're trying to cater to some of those wants from the Tiberian Sun fans. Some things, though, we just didn't jump on.
Is this in the storyline? How did the vein hole monsters die then?
What?
How did the vein hole monsters die?
The vein monsters die. Sam, Lord of Fiction, do you have an answer for that?
The fans want an answer.
I don't know if I have an answer yet. We'll have to actually think about that.
Was it like some sort of virus, or did GDI just iron cannon them all?
It's one of those things. It's like the sort of change in the structure of Tiberium to the more sort of crystalline form. There's a lot of stuff we haven't really dealt with yet, and it will all be dealt with in time. But they're only, especially in something like an expansion pack where you have a limited amount of story you can tell. You try and pick a couple battles to fight. In this case, we really want to deal with Kane, the sort of what happened to Kane between then and now, and what happened to his mask, what was up with Cabal and all of that. And as we continue to move forward with Command & Conquer, we're going to try and answer pretty much, really iron out the canon and work out all of that stuff.
Yeah, because you also want to know, in Firestorm it had just cool trees and stuff.
Right, the Tiberium flora.
Yeah, what happened to them?
So So again, it's just, you know, it was an artistic style that we chose for CNC3. Being 15 years later, we just didn't really get to a lot of the type of Siberian flora. You know, some things we were able to bring over.
So it's just an oversight, basically.
What's that?
It's just an oversight.
Well, it's not much an oversight. It's more an artistic.
An intentional choice, but again, to sort of hark back to what I said before, like, there are only so many things we can deal with, and if we want to deal with the transition of Tiberium from flora to its more crystalline form that we have now, that would actually take a significant chunk of story to explain. We didn't want to do it in a half-assed way, or just do it in an Intel DB entry or something like that. We want to really commit to it and, you know, explain why it was, and we didn't think we had the room to maneuver to do that in this particular game. But anything's possible.
And so Nick wants to know, how do you harvest Tiberium?
How do you harvest Tiberium?
Yeah.
As far as
robot hands.
Yeah, you drive a harvester over it, get your little, you know.
Go wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Okay. Very quickly, Chronojam. Aaron. Chronojam wants to know what happened to the beer you owe him.
How much of the what?
What happened to the beer you owe Chronojam?
How much?
Yeah.
How much do I like Chronojam?
No, Chronojam said you owe him some beer.
I owe him some beer?
Yeah.
Since when?
On your forums, you actually told me. I mean, for Kojoam as well.
Dude, he's lying out of his fat pants. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Never mind.
If he wants some beer, he'll get some root beer. And he can email me about that. All right. Hey, John.
Okay,
and finally, would there be any more asymmetrical maps?
Asymmetrical maps, yes.
Yes, definitely. That was actually one of our goals when designing Kane's Wrath. Is there were a lot of very symmetrical maps in CNC3, and we've got some weird asymmetrical stuff. Probably won't make awesome, you know, tournament play maps, but if you want a more asymmetrical multiplayer experience or skirmish experience, we've got some good stuff for you.
And why is Kane bald?
Why is Kane bald?
Male pattern baldness runs many, many families.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. This has been Webbo for Planet CNC, and this has been Vessella and
Bass.
Okay, see ya.